Well, I should be live. Stream looks excellent. Okay. There we go. Let's get to memory testing this RAM. This will be interesting, especially since it's ECC RAM. Holy smokes, why is the processor so hot? Huh. That's concerning. Don't ask me why it was running over almost 70 degrees Celsius. I don't know. Hey VW Bus Guy. Hey Fury. So yeah, I'm testing some RAM that I picked up. Cause some RAM that I got with this system, one of the DIMMs was bad. So I thought I'd get some some ECC RAM. Hope you are having a wonderful day and enjoying the fine tunes. Let's see how far I get with $1 per gig RAM. And I'm already noticing one thing though. Holy smokes, the memory bandwidth is so much higher than the other sticks that I was using. That's almost double. Wow. And even the L3 cache got a boost. Yes, this is the Ryzen 5700 that I did a stream of memory testing, I think either Monday or Tuesday. I've already sent out the G-Skill RAM. It's already been accepted. So now all I have to do is wait for G-Skill to either deny or approve the RMA. But even then, I think I'm gonna stick with the ECC RAM. I'm just very pro ECC. I don't know about you, VW Bus Guy, but I like if there are memory errors that either I'm notified or that they actually correct. And in this case, I'm doubling my memory bandwidth. Holy snap. Well, not quite doubling. I think with the good stick I was getting 16.2 gigabits per second. And with the bad DIMM I was getting 15.1. Oh man, I'm sorry, Fury. Oddly enough, the audio that you're hearing now is going through my machine and then piping through my mixer and then going back to you. And that sucks. But congrats, Fury, on selling that guitar. It's interesting. Some of the closest friends that I have, VW Bus Guy, you, and what's his name? Give me a moment. I think Brian. They all seem to be into guitars. I can't play a musical instrument to save my life. I'm not, but Fury was. I knew that would get your attention. I think if I recall, there's actually a guitar place here in the town that I live at. Well known enough that they supply and repair the guitars for the Rolling Stones and a few other bands. Another thing I'm noticing is the timings are actually quite nice. 15, 15, 15, 36. It's a little better than the Corsair RAM that I'm using inside. Now, if this RAM passes at least one pass, I'll, in the test, go into OpenSUSE and install RAS CTL. Oddly enough, most of the people that I know who have guitars have more guitars than they'd like to publicly admit. Let me know if you guys can see this link. Those of you in the Twitch chat. Okay, cool. That's the one that I was referring to. But yeah, you're right, Fury. There's a couple places near me that do guitar builds and rebuilds, but I think that's the most well known.
No.
And for you, VW Bus Guy, you pass that every time you go into LA. Fury, is that why you have the Behringer Q802 USB? The Xenex? I know there's probably going to be a little bit of delay there. Having side conversations as a memory test goes on. Ah. I did find it kind of funny that I had to, when I plugged in the inbox, the DigiDesign Inbox 2 Mini into a machine that I've been using inside. Uh, in Pulse Audio volume control, I had to turn on Pro Audio. Otherwise, it just sounded like crap. If I had the money, I'd get a shit amp. SCHIIT. Really neat looking DACs and amps. The benefit with the Pro Audio Furrier is if you start doing things like low latency audio, you want to use the Pro Audio option. Gives you a whole lot more choices, especially in patch bays like Helvium or QPW Graph. The downside is you're much more susceptible to X runs and buffer overflows, or just buffer issues altogether. So on the setup here, I think I have it turned off because I'm not on a full RT kernel. And I also had to modify my buffers a bit to get rid of some audio crackling. Yeah, for the particular machine that I'm streaming this from, I've got an Intel Arc card. And I have to say, Intel Arc has been, for the most part, absolutely amazing. Video codecs work. I don't have to buy or get some special repo to be able to have hardware video decode and encode. So I'm actually streaming this using the hardware encoder in the graphics card, and it's not encumbered at all. And once I got one API running, it's been nice and wonderful until I need to do anything with PyTorch. But that's more PyTorch's issue. PyTorch seems to be very CUDA-centric. And if you're not CUDA, it breaks if you look at it funny. So for example, PyTorch is currently broken for reasons that I can't explain. So I can't do things like Whisper or any of the AI work right now at the moment. But I can Blender. All of my AMD hardware is too old to use ROCm. ROCm is no longer supported on them. So I can't test that, and my NVIDIA hardware doesn't have enough VRAM anymore for even Blender. So that's one of the reasons why I stopped doing NVIDIA driver support is I just can't. I did buy a modern RTX card, but it was dead on arrival. I even have a stream of me being perplexed and upset about that. VW Bus Guy, I'm on an RX 580 and an RX 550 and an RX 570 for the newest hardware that I have. There's no onboard GPU with this processor that you see on screen. I don't think there's integrated graphics on the 5700X. It would have to be a 5700G to have integrated graphics. And even then, if I recall, that's also not supported anymore because Rock'em dropped Vega support. And the 5700G would be Vega-based. So if I recall, Vega... so it's Vega 7 and Polaris that got the axe in Rock'em. They didn't add integrated graphics to all AMD processors until, what was it, the 7000 series? I don't remember if there was a 6000. But yeah, 7000, 8000, and the current 9000 series. So unless I don't have an AM5 board. I'm actually very grateful that I got the donation of this 5700X. Otherwise, I'd still be on Haswell. The 5700X that I have does not have an integrated graphics. And I think there's a 4800 mobile that has integrated graphics. But yeah, the 4750 is not a desktop chip. Yeah, that's an APU. Laptop, mobile. And I think there's a 4800 that has integrated graphics that is mobile. I don't remember if there's a 4800G. No, there is not a 4800G. There is a 4600G and a 4700G. There is a 4800H, but I think that is a mobile processor. Yep, that's a mobile processor, so it's got integrated graphics. And it's Polaris, too. I'm trying to remember what graphics card I have on that on the machine that I'm doing the testing on. I think it's the RX 570 4 gig. So I can't use Rock'em on it. Too old. I'm very, very happy with my T480. Really happy. I've gone from the era of carrying around a Dell Precision mobile workstation and being lucky to get maybe a couple hours of battery life to almost 27 hours of battery life out of the T480. It's so nice. Yeah, especially with the new 580 driver. The NVIDIA 580 driver it's problematic for some. I have had no issues with the 580 driver on Pascal. It has been rock steady, but I'm using the .run and not a repo. So almost every single issue on the distros that I do support for, every single one is using some form of an NVIDIA repo. Except for the CUDA development repo. So VW Bus Guy, if you're on Fedora, if you're on Bazzite, sorry, can't help you there. But on Fedora, you do have the ability to use the NVIDIA CUDA development repo. And at least on Leap, that one was way more rock steady than the OpenSUSE maintained, or the SUSE maintained repo. Yeah, if I got like one of the little mini boxes, the Ecom A6, or or just like one of those AMD based Nook clones, uh, I'd probably I'd either go Pika OS, Bazite, or I'd take a look at Playtron's OS. But that's mostly because Strider of Lutris is working on Playtron. Now, the thing I don't like about Playtron is the whole crypto stuff. It confuses me. Where do you think I'm running Memtest from? I'm not running it off of the USB drive or a floppy. I've got OpenSUSE Tumbleweed installed on this particular machine. Actually, most of my machines. You guys may have seen me post stuff about the OpenSUSE migration tool. I have a machine with Leap installed, and I thought I'd try out the OpenSUSE migration tool to migrate it to Tumbleweed. That didn't turn out well. Actually, it turned out bad. Like, really bad. I don't have Butteroff FS on that machine, so there was no rollback. It was either fix this shit or nuke and pave, and I was not at the point of nuking and paving that machine. But yeah, the OpenSUSE migration tool is seemingly being pushed really heavily, especially the closer we get to Leap 16 coming out, because it's going to be the only way for migrating from classic style Leap 15.6 to 16. You can't just do an in-place dump like you have in the past. You have to use a migration tool. And that migration tool is busted. Absolutely busted. It is not production ready. They need to come out with a Leap 15.7 as an intermediary, because this isn't gonna work. This is gonna be like OpenSUSE 12.0. I remember completely skipping that release because it's absolutely broken. It was broken. I believe so, and I believe Leap 16 is transactional versus traditional. Fury. So what I ended up doing to fix the machine, and I've got a video coming out, is I just nuked out all of the repos in the repo directory and copied over the repos from my T480 that I knew were working, and then dumped from that, and then added ones that I needed for packages that were orphaned. So I've got utilities, network, emulators, and virtualization. I believe those are the four big major ones that did not transfer over, because I don't have those on the ThinkPad. Ho ho! Look at that! The ram passed. Time to Raz CTO. Oh, wrong keyboard. Would be wise to use the right keyboard. Let's see if this actually bloody works. I don't like this board because it has video issues. Sometimes it won't post. Oh my god, I think it's posting. Huh. So VW Bus Guy, what were you talking about? Tumbleweed? Eh? Hasn't been updated since, that is possible. And give me a moment, I need to unplug a monitor. Say that you like anime without saying directly that you like anime. I like anime. Oop, wait, you weren't supposed to say that out loud. Darn it. I still need to figure out why this machine won't use my profile picture. Okay. Later. Thanks for stopping by, and thank you so very much. I would not be able to do this without your help. So I need Raz. Come on. There we go, Raz Damon. Trying to think, is there anything else? Was there another library that I needed? I don't remember. I think that's it. Oh. I think I have the internet unplugged.
No, not the internet!
There we go. Now I has internets. Please retry. Post transaction scripts. So somewhere there was... Okay. Let's hit finish. Open up a terminal. Since I now have ECC RAM, let's enable that daemon. And Fury, this might be useful on your Xeon machine, just as a heads up. This is very useful if you have access to ECC or higher memory. So ECC unbuffered, ECC buffered, ECC registered, fully buffered, LR DIMMs, and I'm not sure if CU DIMMs are supported. And I believe DDR5, there's some ECC support. Okay. There we go. That's the one I was looking for. It's been a while. The last time I had to do this was with the 1U server, and I got educated by a good friend, Mr. Alert, on how to use this software. I should be ending pretty soon. Anywho, there's this, and then there's Raz CTL error count, and that's actually supposedly the one that you want to pay attention to if you've got ECC RAM and things are getting a little squirrely, to check to see if it actually is the RAM. But the system's up and running. It's faster than before. It should be more stable than before. So I'm going to call this a success. So thank you all for watching. Like, share, subscribe, all that jam if you want to help out. There's links in the description below where you could toss a couple coins my way, like that wonderful handsome guy, VW Bus Guy, who was in the chat earlier. Or if you want to really help out, like the handsome fella Fury one there in chat, there's an Amazon wish list that you could help me procure hardware to make these and some of my other content even better. But most importantly, thank you all for watching. And thank you Fury and VW Bus Guy for coming into chat and chatting with me. Really appreciated the banter. And until tomorrow, on Sundays, between 6 to 9, I stream here on Twitch a video game. So I'm going to probably do some more of the Kaela video game that just came out. I really enjoyed it, and I grinded a little bit this week. So I look forward to seeing you then. And until next time, bye-bye.